Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to explain how onboarding has been done on April 18. What will happen on onboarding date? First, they will share a QR code for attendance. Yeah, attendance is must for everyone, so you must scan that one. And then we have a joining form issues. If you have joining form issues, you should definitely scan that QR code, so it will be easy to know that you have an issue in that form. After that, they will explain about the day one activities. What are the activities you will do on a first day on joining, like you will have a joining login credential, etc., like that. So don't worry about that, I have added that videos after this. And next, there is an successful onboarding message. Yeah, this one is the most important one. And after everything, they will display your name in chat box. If you see your names in that, you can leave the meeting. But if there isn't any issues, if you didn't see your name in there, please report to them, and they will help you to successfully onboard on that day itself. So these are the activities that made on. There is important session that is in FAQ, that they will explain how to log in as an employee, and they will explain how to create an employee ID. And second, they will explain how to open a bank account, and they will explain also how to update the bank details in our portals. There is also an known as a helpline numbers, where they help us to log in our credentials. And there are more videos to be explained that I have recorded in April 18. So watch the full videos, it will help to identify the flaws.
Let's see one by one what the email has. The mail will be addressed to you. My name is Onboarding Guide, hence it is addressed to me. Next, it will have your Wipro employee ID. Following this, you will be able to find the instructions to configure your default login credentials. ADID is the ID, which you will use to log into all Wipro systems. Your ADID is the combination of first two letters of your first name, in upper caps, followed by your employee ID. Let's configure my ADID. My name is Onboarding Guide, and as per the email, my employee ID is 39864T. So, my ADID will be the combination of first two letters of my first name in upper caps, that is, ON, followed by my employee ID, 39864T. Simple, isn't it? Let's see how to configure default login password. It is the combination of first two letters of your first name, in lower caps, followed by @WL, followed by your employee ID. So, my default login password will be the combination of first two letters of my first name in lower caps, that is, ON, followed by @WL, followed by my employee ID, 39864T. Pretty neat, right? But, there are some common mistakes employees end up making while configuring their login credentials. Using initials of first and last name is one such mistake. You must use only the first two letters of your first name. ADID is already created in system, and, unless you configure the exact same ADID, you will not be able to log in. Another common mistake is not being mindful of letter cases. For ADID, you must use first two letters of your first name in upper caps. If it doesn't work, only then you must try using lower caps. Password is case sensitive, and you must use first two letters of your first name in lower caps only. Now that we are done configuring default credentials, we must change the default password to avoid any risk. Let's go back to the mail and see how we can do that. Changing default password is simple. Simply go to mywipro.wipro.com, log in with the ADID, and default password which you have recently configured. It will then ask you to set up a way to authenticate that it's you who is logging in. You can register your mobile number for the same, and from next time onward, whenever you log in, you will receive an OTP on your registered mobile number. After this, System will prompt you to change your default password to a password of your choice. Once you have reset your password, you will have to log in again, and you will be done. Let's try this out. The first step is to go to mywipro.wipro.com. This will open the sign-in page. To sign in, use the AD ID which you have just configured, followed by @wipro.com. Then, enter the default password which you have just configured. Once you click on sign in, the authentication step begins. It will begin by asking you the method of authentication. Whatever you select at this stage, will be used for authentication of all your subsequent logins. You can choose to authenticate by Microsoft Authenticator app. To choose any other method, click on I want to set up another method. From the options, select phone to authenticate by phone, then select the country code and enter your mobile number. You can choose to authenticate by text or call, as per your choice. You will then receive a verification code on your phone. Enter the code, and follow through to complete authentication and registration of your mobile number. Now that you have completed authentication, system will prompt you to change your default password to a password of your choice. Make sure that the password you choose follows our password policy. Since you have changed your password, you will now be required to log in again. Use your AD ID and new password to log in. Since we chose to authenticate via phone earlier, after entering password, a verification code will be sent to the registered mobile number. Once you enter the verification code, you will be taken to the My Wipro portal, which is one-stop destination for all Wiproites to perform routine tasks and more. Now that we have configured our credentials, set up authentication and also accessed My Wipro, let's see how to log into our mailbox. To access your Wipro mail, go to webmail.wipro.com, or to outlook.office.com. Then enter your AD ID, your new password, and that's it. This will complete your work setup and you can get started with your work. We hope we were able to make it easy for you to complete your work setup. Wish you a great career at Wipro. Thank you.
So if you're joining on 25th April, by 26th or by 27th of April, you will receive a mail like this. Here, we'll help you on or give you a step-by-step guide on how to open the salary account. In that mail, there will be a link stating, click here to go to the microsite. In this mail, there is a link stating, click here to go to the microsite at the lower bottom. At the lower bottom of the email, you just have to click here and it will redirect you to a microsite, and the microsite will look like this. In this microsite, you will have an option to open your bank account in the required banks and in different locations. You can open the bank account in various locations as per your choice. You can open it in your joining location or you can open it in your personal location as such. You just have to click here the location that you would like to open. If you want any other location, you can click here the option called open the link in all locations. So it will it will redirect to a site or the page where contact details of the person to whom you have to contact in order to open the bank account will reflect. You just there are around 11 to 12 banks which has tie up with Wipro. Let me again tell you, there are around 11 to 12 banks which have tie up with Wipro. So you can open the bank in your favorite bank, whichever is reflecting. So you can open any of this 11 or 12 banks which are tied with Wipro, and you can contact the person or the spot that has been reflected in the page, and that person will help you in opening the bank account. I request you not to open bank account in your nearby by going to a nearby bank. Rather, you can contact the Spock or the single point of contact and open the bank account. If you already have a salary account in any of these banks, any of these 12 banks that Wipro has tied with, you can use that bank account as well. There is no issue as such. But if you want to open a if you do not have a salary account and you want to open a salary account, you can contact the Spock and open the salary account. Also, if you have a savings account in any of the bank with which Wipro has tied with, then you can contact the Spock and ask them to convert your savings account into a salary account. There's no hard and fast rule that you have to open a new account, but you should have to have a salary account. So once you get the link of the bank, contact this person who or the bank in which you have to open the account, and the bank account will be opened at an easiest manner. So please contact the Spock and open the bank account. Once you open the bank account, you have to update the bank account details in My Wipro portal. I believe My Wipro was explained to you in the video clearly. There is a portal called My Wipro portal. The page address is mywipro.wipro.com. Let me tell you, all this portal and all this site will be accessible to you only after joining Wipro or only after your date of joining, that is on 25th of April. Only after 25th of April, the page will be or the site will be accessible to you. Once you access the site, you have to enter you have to click on the option called My Data. In the My Data, there is an option called Bank Details. In the bank details, you have to update your bank account. This is the page that will look like this. Yeah, you can click on My Data. Once clicking on My Data, it will redirect you to a page like this. And just before going to the bank details, I would like you to click on the personal details. In the personal details, there will be an option called asking you whether you have done your vaccination or anything. If you have done your vaccination, mention the vaccination details. That is your COVID vaccination. If you have not done your vaccination, mention that you have not done your vaccination as well. It is your choice as such. But you have to update whether you have done your vaccination or not for the for Wipro's tracking purpose. So please confirm if you have done your vaccination, or if you have not done your vaccination, mention you have not done your vaccination. Or else, after updating the personal details that is at the top, you can click on the bank details that is being reflecting at the as the fifth option. Please click on the bank details. Once you click on the bank details, it will redirect you to a page like this, which will ask you for certain data. Just mention your data as such. You have to mention your data as such and click on submit, and there is an option of code that will be generated to you. Once you click on submit, the code will be generated to you. You have to mention this code or the activation code in the bank detail portal, and then your salary account will be active, or the account will be active in the My Wipro portal as such, and your salary will be credited to the new bank account which is mentioned in the My Wipro portal. Your activation code will be generated to you, and your mail will look like this. It will mention your name and your activation code as such, which is mentioned at the lower bottom of the page. Also, please note that you have to update your bank details before 18th of the month. So, if since you're joining us on April 25th, you will not be able to update the details before 18th of the month. So, do not worry about it. You can update in before May 18th, and the salary will be paid to you as arrears in the upcoming month. That is in the month of May. Also, you have to mention your update your PAN card details in My Wipro portal in personal details tab. In the tab where your vaccination details are also mentioned. And then that is all about bank details. These are the helpline numbers that is made available to you. You can call your HR support with this number that has been provided to you. And IMG helpline is available to you 24/7. IMG is for your laptop and system related issues. You can contact the IMG helpline 24/7. You can also contact the travel and hospitality team if you're traveling from your home location to your work location, and if you have any issues with the travel and things like that, you can contact the travel and hospitality team. Then GSH helpline is also there. GSH is a team that looks after the security of Wipro, or the security team of Wipro is known as the GSH team. They are available in campus 24/7, and you can contact the GSH team and even visit their website gsh.wipro.com for any security related issues. That's all about your FAQ session. Next up is your compensation and benefit session. I'll be taking you ahead with the compensation and benefit session in the next 2 minutes. It will be helpful for you in future. Excuse me. This will be helpful for you in future as well for your tax exemption and tax while filing your tax returns. If you refer to your salary, which is mentioned in your offer letter, there are certain components of the salary. It consists of basically four components of the salary, starting with total fixed cash, statutory components, notional benefits, and variable pay. Total fixed cash includes your basic pay, your Wipro benefit plan, your house rent allowance, additional allowance, beyond your bonus. Statutory components are the components which is mandatory for the government of India, which includes a provident fund and gratuity. Notional benefit is a benefit provided by Wipro, which is a health benefit, which includes your medical assistance scheme and your insurance as such. The fourth component is the variable pay. All these all these constitute your total salary. Madhu, please confirm if the screen is visible and if my voice is audible.
Yes, Alan, it's visible and audible. Yeah.
Thank you. So let me take you through the fixed component of the salary. First one is HRA or the house rent element. In these components, the fixed component that includes of the HRA, Wipro benefit plan, and all the components that's mentioned will be paid to you. But there are certain components which can be used for your tax exemption. HRA is one such component. So if you are staying in a rented house and if you are the rent is paid by you and the agreement is in your name then do not worry about it. With the house rent allowance that has been provided to you, the amount that is mentioned in house rent allowance can be used as tax exception. If you are submitting the rent bill under your name in my Wipro My Declaration portal, the amount mentioned in HRA can be used for tax exemption, and you will get the benefit of tax exemption for the amount mentioned in the house rent allowance. Next component similar to house rent allowance is Wipro benefit plan. So by using any of these components like telephone, meal card, leave travel allowance, education allowance, you can utilize an national pension scheme. You can utilize the amount that is being provided to you as Wipro benefit plan or group allowance. The amount that is being provided to you can be utilized and can be used for tax exception as such. So imagine you're being provided 5,000 rupees as a Wipro benefit plan. You can use any of the components of telephone, meal card, leave travel allowance, or educational allowance and utilize the amount for these components as tax exemption for while you're filing tax. First component of Wipro benefit plan is the telephone and broadband expenses. So if the telephone and broadband expenses are in your name or the bill is in your name, you can utilize or claim up to 19,800 rupees fast tax exemption in an yearly limit. You have to submit the declaration by the 18th of the month in my Wipro portal, and you will be able to get tax exemption for the amount that you pay for telephone or broadband expenses. Um, yeah, there is no monthly limit, but yearly limit is 19,800 rupees that can be tax exempted for telephone or mobile or broadband expenses. Next component that can be used for tax exemption is the mail card. Most of you would be aware of the mail card by the name Sodexo. By purchasing Sodexo or milk card by the name Accord, you can declare rupees 1,100 or 2,750 towards tax exemption as such. Again, it gets automatically loaded every month, but the amount that you utilize for these component can be utilized for tax exemption. The meal card can be used out in any Wipro cafeteria or in areas where or in hotels where Sodexo and Accord meal card is mm, taken or accepted. Next component is the education allowance. If you're married and if you're having kids, you can claim an amount up to 100 rupees per month, up to two children for a Wipro benefit plan, and an additional of 300 rupees per month if your kid is staying in an hostel can be used for tax exemption as such. The next is the leave travel elements. You can claim an amount up to 50,000 rupees for leave travel allowance. The amount is provided to you as leave travel allowance, and you can utilize the amount for your travel purposes and all, but you have to repay the 50,000 amount that has been provided to you in equal monthly installment. But the amount that has been used for LTA can be used as tax exception, and it will be beneficial for you if you're filing tax. The last is a national pension scheme. It is the national pension scheme is also tax exempted up to tax exempted under 80 CCD of Income Tax Act. The next is a statutory component that is applicable for you. Statutory components are of two types. One is a PF and other one is gratuity. If you are aware of the PF, an amount of 12% of your basic is provided to your PF if your basic pay is above 15,000. If your basic pay is below 15,000, 12% of your basic plus WBP plus additional allowance. If the amount is more than, if the amount is more than 1,800, the total of 1,800, or if the amount is less than 1,800, the amount which is lesser gets paid to the provident fund. Gets paid to the provident fund. An equal amount that you are being paid to the provident fund is will be paid by Wipro as such to the provident fund. This amount is tax exempt up to 1,50,000. The next component is the gratuity. 5.31% of the basic salary is contributed from your CTC. It is inclusive of 0.5% of your basic salary contributed towards survivor benefit plan. The amount of gratuity that has been paid in the gratuity fund can be reimbursed by you or can be withdrawn by you after 4 years and 190 calendar days with Wipro. It will be paid to you only on your resignation, death, retirement, or termination of the employment. It is the amount of gratuity is tax exempt up to 20 lakhs across employees. The next component after the after the statutory component is the notional benefit. So if you can refer to your salary, a monthly deduction of 600 rupees is being made from you, out of which an insurance has been provided to you for 2 lakh rupees if you are admitted in the hospital for inpatient treatment. But if you are going to an hospital for an outpatient treatment, you can claim and benefit up to 15,000 rupees. That is, if you're going to the hospital for cough, cold, or fever, and things like that, you can benefit the outpatient treatment expenses, provided you have your bill and things like that. Also, also if you're a person who using spectacles, you can utilize money that you've been paid to spectacles up to an amount of 5,000 rupees for new spectacles every 2 years, and you can change the lens in the spectacles once in a year, and you can claim up to an amount of 3,000 rupees. For all of you in this call, onboarding has already been started. You guys do not have to ask a question whether onboarding will start or not. Also, you can reimburse your parental insurance as such. So if you want to insure your parents under any insurance, and if you are if you are insuring your parents under a parental insurance, a premium will be deducted from you. If any premium is deducted from you with the amount of 600 rupees that has been deducted, a total of 50,000 is provided as an yearly benefit. With that 15,000 rupees, you can reimburse the amount of premium that is being deducted for your parental insurance as such. The amount of 15,000 that is mentioned as a yearly benefit for the MA scheme will be available to you in my Wipro portal. You can utilize the 15,000 rupees for your, again, as I told you, for your outpatient treatment. Also, you are eligible for 2 lakh rupees of insurance provided for all the employees. You can download your insurance card from the website that is given here, which is the www.medibuddy.in/ecard. www.medibuddy.in/ecard. Moreover, the 15,000 rupees, if you are not utilizing, which is being provided to you in my Wipro portal for your medical assistance scheme, if you are not utilizing it, let me tell you, the amount will get lapsed every year, and new 15,000 rupees will be given to you after every financial year. Next is the variable pay component. We can refer to a salary. There is a component called variable pay component. Variable pay component is the amount that has been deducted from your salary on a monthly basis and repaid to you after every 3 months based on your performance, your business unit performance, your manager's assessment, and your billability status. If your business unit performance is good, your performance is good, and your manager's assessment is good, and if the company is also performing really well, the variable pay component will be paid out in 100%. If it is not up to the standard, the variable pay component payout will vary. Uh, for the first 92 days, the variable pay component will be paid out in 100% as you we cannot assess your performance for the first 92 days, so it will be paid out to you in 100%. Post 92 days, the variable pay component will be based on the criteria that I've mentioned, which is the business unit performance, manager assessment, the company's performance, and your performance as such. The all the session that we took here will be accessible to you in VLAN portal. You can take a screenshot of this page and keep it with you so that you can utilize it for your future. You can access the VLAN portal, vlearn.wipro.com library HRSS, and to know more about your salary and every component that is mentioned in the VLearn portal for better understanding. Whatever we took here today is just a vague for your vague understanding, there is a clear-cut video guideline on everything that is being taught here today. So just take a screenshot and keep it with you. This is the end of the session of your Know Your Salary. Going forward, we'll be taking your attendance. Madhu, over to you.
Yeah.
Everyone having the same doubt that in that onboarding, thus they will help to fill our joining forms. Yes, they will help to fill our login form. First, if you have a login errors, like some of them, even I have one that, like Wipro has restricted your account like that. So if you have any issues like that, they will also helps to recover that. And there is a one name mistakes in every joining forms. Some of them have a dot in their names and some of them has a hyphen in their names, so they cannot fill the joining forms. They will also help in filling that. And yeah, they will help in clearing all your doubts in that section, so no need to worry about that. Thanks for watching and subscribe to our channel for more videos. If you have any doubt regarding the joinings or an onboarding, you can comment in our comment section so we can clear that one. Thank you.